สวัสดีค่ะ and welcome to Morning Thailand. I'm วรรณศร เครือหงส์
And I'm Thanannapat Noyvien. Good morning and you're with us this Monday morning, July the 29th, 2013, where a lot of activities were held during the past weekend.
Most definitely. And of course, we have like a long list of news. So why don't we start off very quickly here with good news yesterday.
Yes, last night there was a candle lighting ceremonies at the Royal Plaza, which is Sanam Luang area, where we often held and celebrate a special occasion. And yesterday, July the 28th, is a special day for Thai people because it's the birthday of His Royal Highness Crown Prince Vajiralongkorn, or Thai people know as พระบรมโอรสาธิราช สยามบกุฎราชกุมาร. He turned 61st yesterday, and in the morning there was a merit-making ceremony at his residential palace, the Sukhothai Palace, in the morning. After that, he traveled to Wasukri Pier to release the animals into the wild. Kun Gop, there's a belief in the Thai Buddhism tradition that we doing good by releasing animals into the wild by giving them freedom as a good deed. And yesterday he released creatures including a pair of cows, 62 birds, 62 catfish, and 62 tortoises. And apart from that, the fisheries department had presented His Royal Highness with 590,000 fish of various species so that he could release them into the Chao Phraya River in the Wasukri Pier, which is the location of the fisheries department. And around 7:19 p.m. at night, there was a ceremony kicking in at Sanam Luang. As I said, Police General Pracha Promnok, the Deputy Prime Minister, had presided over the candle lighting ceremony at Sanam Luang, where well-wishers Thai people often packed there to offer blessings to His Royal Highness on his 61st birthday.
So there, as you can see earlier there, the princesses were actually there. Princess Pacharapha, who I think she was living abroad for a while, and I guess she came back just for this particular occasion. So it's always nice to see the family getting together, and of course the princesses has grown up and turned out to be like really elegant and grateful, and of course
a little prince as well.
Yeah, the little prince as well, of course. And of course these are the activities in the morning, and as you can see, obviously you have to, feed the cow, because we believe to be something very holy, something very auspicious, and release the
birds into the wild.
Exactly.
Yes, and they were always dressed in beautiful traditional Thai costumes on this very special occasion.
So obviously a lot of occasion there, and you probably have seen before a lot of pictures in terms of the event last night that has been held with all the candle lights and such. Now moving on very quickly. Actually, one more thing.
Because as we speak about the special occasion yesterday, it's the birthday of His Royal Highness, and today is a special day as well for Thai people. Exactly, July the 29th. If you look into Google today, this morning, it was written in quite very familiar.
Well, yeah, exactly. I looked it up this morning and I'm like, what is going on? Why did Google have Thai words in it? And
if you're Thai people, you know what is written in there. But if you're not, it's a Thai alphabet for Google.
Exactly.
And with a picture of a monkey and a rooster, which are the classic characters in Thai children's textbook, because today is the National Thai Language Day.
And of course, like the first letter, the first alphabet is Gao Gai, which is, is Gai is a rooster. So that's why. And the last alphabet is La Ling. So Ling is monkey. Therefore, there you go. So, if you want to talk to your friends this morning, since you got a tips from us already, you can mention this to them and say, hey, guess what? I know what Gao Gai is and what the monkey stand for. So,
and you know why it has to be July the 29th? Because the proposals to establish this special day is put forward by Vajiralongkorn Vajiralongkorn University. And it's a day that His Majesty the King paid a private visit to Jula before to join the discussion on solving the problems on Thai words. So Vajiralongkorn has put forward this in order to honor His Majesty the King in 1999 on the occasion of his 72nd birthday anniversary.
Right.
So just so you know.
That's a good tips actually to have. Now moving on very quickly to another news here. Of course, lots of you who are sport fans would know that yesterday was quite a big event.
No one could miss it.
At the Rajamankala Stadium. And of course, I'm talking about the Liverpool versus Thai team. They have a play yesterday and not to a lot of people's surprise, Liverpool won by 3-0. And a lot of fans, though, are still very, very happy to see that, despite the fact that we lost. We still didn't really mind because obviously a lot of Thai soccer fans were there to, you can say that they were cheering for Thai side, but I know a lot of us got really excited about the Liverpool being there, right? So they say that there are over 10,000 people that actually attended this event. And they said that yesterday, normally they say that originally the opening time for the gate was at 4 p.m. But yesterday they moved it up a little bit because apparently a lot of people were there way ahead of time. So they moved it to about 3:30 p.m. instead. Now they say that obviously a lot of people were really, really happy in terms of, get to at least see all this game. And I have heard that when one of the key players like Captain Steven Gerrard or Luis Suarez start to kicking the ball, all the fans went wild. They're just cheering and they're happy to just get a chance to witness this. So it's a very, very good event indeed. Now, having said that, at this point, they say that I have to apologize. I believe it's 3-0. Yeah, it's 3-0, but obviously say 3-1, but correct. That is 3-0. Sorry. Now, having said that, obviously they said that there's another event took place, unfortunate event. They say that there was an imposter dressed in Liverpool jersey. Excuse me, not Liverpool jersey, but yes, wearing Liverpool jerseys, claiming to be Liverpool fan club, and has holding up a banner written in English saying that Alex Ferguson out working, go to the hell. So obviously this is like not a very good English, very broken English.
Out working.
Yeah, like we try to get the idea like
that.
What directly translated, but I think they're trying to say that like quit your job kind of thing. That's what I think. That's my opinion. We're not sure what it is really. Anyway, and the shocking part was that they written down Munich 58, and they were referring to the unfortunate incident where there were a great air disaster that happened, that the airplane took down in Munich, and a lot of the Manchester United player were actually were there, and they obviously passed away, and this is one of those plane crashed that took place. So a lot of people were not very happy about this, and obviously at this point a lot of people has came out and said that the thing is they're probably not Liverpool fans, and they're just like a few people that holding this particular banner. But nonetheless, it has bring a disgrace to a lot of people, and obviously for Thai people as well. We're trying our best not to have this kind of incident happen, but obviously I think this is one of the very bad events, despite the fact that we have waited for Liverpool for such a long time, and it's one of those things that the fans didn't try to, Oh, sorry. Let me correct this. In Munich in 1985, there was a death of 23 people that passed away in that particular
Incident.
Exactly. So not 58, it was referring to 1958 in Munich. So they say that that's a cheap shot. Like that's not something that you're supposed to take in lightly and joke about. So very unfortunate, but hopefully I think they're probably going to look more into this. We're probably going to get to hear the reporter interview them sometime soon. I would think perhaps maybe today. So I will keep you updated on this particular incident.
Okay, and with that, moving up north, so a drug smuggling busted once again. This time in Chiang Rai province, the Narcotics Control Police in Chiang Rai have arrested a drug smuggling gang in MethAmphetamine district. And this time they were acting on a tip-off. The culprits, including 4, Kunkov, 3 are Burmese men, and another one is a Thai, Kun Yapatsu Li Su, age 33. He is a local living in Maphalong district of Chiang Rai province, and they were busted while riding a motorcycle after they were picking up narcotics from dealers at the Thai-Myanmar border. And while police have trying to capture them, they try to fight back by throwing a hand grenades to authority.
Hand grenades?
Hand grenades.
Okay, that's serious.
Luckily, no one was injured. However, police have confiscated 200,000 methamphetamine pills, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
Apart from that, there were a 9mm handgun, a cell phone, and 4 grenades. The 4 of them said they were paid 30,000 baht each to do the job.
Well, 30,000 baht and now you're going to be in jail. That's not good. And the thing is, we have heard too much of drugs and such that it's just not good. Over the weekends, you remember the incident about the teen stars that her picture surfaced that she was using ice. Obviously, her father has came out and accepted that it was his daughter, and then our labor minister came out and somehow said that they tested her and she doesn't have any drug trace in her, so hence therefore that picture might be doctored. But then obviously the father said, like, you know what, it wasn't Photoshop or anything, it was his daughter, he admitted it, they make a mistake and they want to own up to it. So I think it's one of those incidents that has turned out and show you that our youngsters get a hold of all these drugs too easy, is too readily accessible.
She's just 16.
Exactly. So imagine that, like if 16-year-old girl knows how to get a hold of those drugs. So it's a good part from the police, obviously, to be able to do this. Now, moving on to another bust. This one is, interestingly enough, we have talked a lot about the foreign gangs right here in Thailand, especially in Pattaya. Now, it seems like yesterday at about 1 a.m. in the morning, the police were able to bust what they call a Russian run casino. It's a poker place, really. So obviously, I think you can play poker, as for fun at home with your friends. You can have poker night, but when you start having chips, as well as about 30 of the cards decks, that's probably means that you're doing it in the industrial kind of way, not industrial, but like business and mass. Now they say that they were able to arrested 9 foreigners altogether, and this is in the house along the Prat Tamnak Road in Chonburi province. Now they say that the police were able to arrested 2 of the Cambodian girls as well, who was actually, one was looking at the door and another one obviously shuffling cards. Now they say that at this point they found 131,000 of worth of chips, and there's also 107,000 baht in cash and $1,771 the US dollars, as well as 380 euros. They say that they're also able to get a list of all the coming in and out of the chips. There you go, documents there. And obviously this is, the police said that it was run by a Russian gang, one of the Russian gangs, a mafia gang, they say that.
Pattaya has now turned like an operation base for Russian gang these days.
Pretty much, because we have heard about abduction, we have heard about everything else, and now just to add gambling onto the list there. So obviously if you see
Police have got to do something about this.
So don't think that the police is not like turn blind eyes. I think that you might get arrested. So try to stay away from that. Very quickly here, I have one last news. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because obviously this is not something that we want to report it ever. It's about another monk. Another scandalous monk. It seems like all the monks like to be in scandals these days. Yesterday at about 10 a.m., Kun Pawina Hongsakun, obviously our Human Securities
Social Development
Minister has came out once again with another girl about 14 years old along with her mother. And this is the monk in question,
he's already defrocked.
Ati Patto. So he was a monk, and now he just Mr. Sanan Kham Si Dang, age 64.
64.
Yeah, so he's too old to seriously, try to do anything.
He's been in monkhood for 20 years.
Yes, 22 years actually. And he said that this girl, very sadly, the monk knows her family, and he lured her into obviously his residence, and he raped her, not for the first time. And after he have done that several times, until the last one was when at around on 28th, obviously yesterday at about 1 p.m. No, the day before. Yes, the day before 1 p.m. They say that he asked her to go and see him again along with her two friends. But then after her two friends got, obviously molested, they ran out. And he just grabbed her and he raped her again. So at this point, obviously, the girl was afraid that she's going to get pregnant because he didn't use condom. So they went together and tried to find ways to, make sure that didn't happen. And that when it all spilled out. So he got arrested. He went to Pattaya and they arrested him anyway. So horrible incident, but finally, he's no longer in the monkhood. So it's all good, I guess. Now they can legally press charges and then make sure that he get in the jail for a long time. Right.
I wish we're not talking about this again in the future.
I wish too. So let's take a very short break, but unfortunately there's a lot more tragedies to come. So stay tuned.